I love when we when we get together in the studio.
I haven't done a podcast with another human in a very long time.
Really?
This is really nice. I did one with Mara,
Yeah.
which I actually think a clip of that just got posted, but yeah, thanks for hopping on with me.
Oh my gosh, thanks for thinking of me and inviting me.
Yeah, it's April 7th somehow. Already April, and this has been I've had a great 2026. I think the gym has had such an awesome start.
Dude, it's so crazy. I was making that post yesterday about DECA.
Hmm.
And then also on the other day, I made the post about the 5K and I had a count in my head. I was like, what event is this? And I was like, we did DECA on New Year's Day. We did the erg sprints. We did the lift off and we've done beach brawl. And so that 5K that's coming up in May is our fifth event and it's only April the 7th.
I know. April's the first month this year that we haven't had like multiple things going on, and it feels kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, am I lazy? It's like, no, it's okay to not have something every single weekend happening.
Well,
Um,
actually, I did just start, speaking of things starting in April, I did just have my first official kick-off class for lifting club.
yes, you started that, so we do have a busy April.
Yeah.
Speaking of lifting club, one of your boys, Nick, is here.
Oh, hi, Nick. Yes, him and Connor came on Saturday. So, I have a huge crew,
And you have
right?
class tonight, right?
Yep, I've got class tonight. For those of you watching tonight, you can come to class at 5 p.m. And then afterwards, we are lifting at 6. Even if you do come to class at 6 p.m., it's going to be lifting. So we're doing what is on the schedule for lifting club. And so the way I'm breaking it up is like this: is for those of the people that are interested in lifting club, it's not just something you come to. You do have to be working one-on-one with either myself, you, Ant, and Lauren. And it's because this isn't just a one event type of thing, you know? Because what we're doing is you becoming a client and we're working one-on-one, we're working on every aspect to get the results. We are going to gain strength. We are going to get, strong, fit, and ripped. So we're, starting where depending on who you are and where you are on your nutrition, we're on a nutrition journey as well. And these are the only ways that we can guarantee the results that you're looking for are the results that you're going to get.
Yeah. And I think it's so like it's almost like yes, the lifting is important and it's so nice to have a dedicated class to like get super specific on like
Mhm.
what people want to work on. And have more dedicated time just for lifting heavier weights, doing some more like functional bodybuilding pieces, but like I know you know this because you have your 5 a.m. class. Lauren and I have our private 7:30 training group here, but when you work with people, just having that, even if it's just once a week, like one-on-one, or not even one-on-one, but just face-to-face like touch point with your coach makes it the whole experience feel so much easier.
Mhm.
Um, versus like trying to work with your coach and come to class and do everything outside of the gym. You still get amazing results, but it's just so nice to like have that dedicated class time that like we're all going to be there for 1 hour working together once a week.
Right, exactly. And plus it then when you become my client as well, it opens up so many doors for you as well. It doesn't just mean that you get to come to lifting club Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings.
Hmm.
Well, now I'm lifting in the afternoons. You can come lift in the afternoons when I'm lifting. You can come to my 5 a.m. class because we do incorporate a little extra lifting in that class as well, because those are all of my clients. So if we're, our workout of the day, just like yesterday had squats in it, we also squatted just a little bit heavier on the weight. We just took out a barbell, did a couple squats at the end of class as well. So it's just very much like you have so many opportunities to come in and work on the things that you're wanting to work on. but also the little things. Like you said, the functional bodybuilding. Maybe you want to strengthen your hips a little bit more. Maybe it's your shoulder. Maybe you're trying to work on your squat depth. Those are all things that we get to work on because we not only do we have an hour, we have an extra 30 minutes. We're working for an hour and a half. We're taking the appropriate rest times. We're jotting down and logging everything that we're doing. People have certain homework that they have to be doing before class, after class, certain stretching, mobility. There's so much to it that this just can't be something that you come and do like, oh, I'm just going to come to lifting club, once a week. That's why you become a client, because then also for the workouts during the week, I'm highlighting to you exactly what you need to be doing in every single class to maximize all of your results, all of your gains. And that way you're not having to, it's not a guessing game.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really important for like, I think there's so many people in the gym that, have asked for maybe open gym before because they think they know they want to do more, but they don't really know what they want to do. Um, they are crushing 4 or 5 times a week coming to just our Ox 60 classes. But I think the key is, working with a coach and then setting a goal. Like pretty much all of our clients, it's very goal driven, whether it's, maybe a physique goal. But on the flip side, I think right now, most of our clients are training for beach brawl or for a powerlifting competition, or we're using our summer fit fest like DECA as a benchmark. So having a goal tied to all the work you're putting into class just gives you a reason behind it rather than just being like, I want to lift extra for no reason.
No, it's true though. It's because like you set up such a good game plan with that goal as well. Like Nick and Connor, they both just, started with me. They're my clients and we already have a plan as to what we're working on. So it's like this whole month they're coming to lifting club. We're working on strength. We've dialed in our nutrition because come May, they're starting beach brawl with you and Ant as well. And so we need to get our nutrition on point now. And so maybe we're in a little bit of a deficit. So by the time May comes around, we're more maintenance, we're eating more, then we can do those high endurance, those fast workouts. We've gotten stronger. We've built our nervous system. And then, and then they get to, do extra lifting and come to beach ball training. So it's like you're getting all of this training and all of this knowledge, and you're getting to do the things that you want to do with the right guidance.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for like the personal like growth and satisfaction that comes from actually working towards something. Because I think, I don't want to speak for both of us, but I know for myself over the past few years, I have signed up for things and gone to them and had fun, but I did not train for it. I did not train with intention. I just knew I was going, and that's fine. But whenever you have a goal on the calendar, and like Ant and I are backtracking 5 months to train for this September beach brawl, I don't give a shit how I place at beach brawl, but just knowing that for 5 months, I'm going to be working on bettering myself and then going to this competition. That's just such a good feeling to know that you have that like ownership over your fitness and your gains. And so it's really cool. I think having done it both ways, it's nice to actually train for something the right way and say that you did your best, not just I did it.
Like when we went and did High Rocks together.
Yep, that's what I was thinking of.
We looked at each other and we were just like, all right, we're just going to do this.
Well, because we didn't. We both had, I mean, there's no excuse. There was just that season of life for both of us. We didn't go to maybe 75% of the Saturday trainings that Ant was doing. And it's not a good feeling. So it's nice to really lock in with your coach and commit to something and say, for the next 5 months, we're on this plan and we're doing it together and it's fun, but we're like holding each other accountable. And that's what we want to offer to our clients, to show them that that journey is the fun part, not what happens at beach brawl, but like locking in for 5 months. That's where the cool stuff happens.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was super noticeable when we went to this last beach brawl. You had your client Caitlin when you did that, awesome podcast with her and stuff, and just like I didn't train as much as I could have for that beach brawl either. I just signed up and I was like, oh, I'm doing this. Locked in the last 2 months for sure, but man, your client smoked me. Climbing the rope, the dual dumbbell lunges, like she was on it. And that's because she had you and you had her locked in.
Yeah, and what's crazy looking back on that is like we weren't training more than anyone else.
Mm-mm.
We weren't really, in terms of like time and effort, it was the same weekend workouts, it was the same weekly workouts. We just had a focus and a direction. So
Mm-hmm.
it really can be as easy as that. And, people shouldn't think of, oh, well, if I sign up to work with Caitlin, I've got to go to this and I got to go to this, I got to go to this. It's like, no, you still are only working out like 4 or 5 times a week. You just have a focus and you have a direction and an intention, that's going to take you so much further with really the same amount of work as you would be putting in by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, what do you say?
There's more than else. Yeah. I'll be ready when they show up this year. I'll be ready.
And then I'll be there with the camera to watch you snatch at beach brawl. But it's in that too, your training. Actually, I know some people know what your goal is, but like remind the people what you've signed up for and what your goal is this year.
Yeah, so I signed up for elite individual beach brawl, which Ant says he finally convinced me to do it, which is true. I think, even as a head coach, or, you feel like I've been doing this a long time, you still have imposter syndrome, or
Mhm.
like, but if you just look at it black and white, it's like I can do those workouts. I might not win, but like I can do it. And there are things that I can't do. So for the first time in a long time, I've finally signed up for something that truly scares the shit out of me.
I love that.
And it's really exciting. I'm excited to work, over the course of this spring and summer. But yeah, that's my goal. Complete individual beach brawl, which is a 2-day competition versus a 1-day competition. And I'll be out there with the big girls.
Let's go. If there's anything I can say about you though, Savannah, is that out of everyone I've ever trained with and competed with, and I mean mainly that's you guys, but the way you perform out there and the way you push yourself, like it's unreal. And so that's how I know that you signing up for Elite was the right thing. And how, even though right now you might not have some of the movements, we'll have them by then. Because nobody works harder than you. So that's a
Yeah, and
fact.
I think it just goes back to like getting excited by your weaknesses versus letting them scare you.
Mhm.
Um, and I think Ant and I have had this conversation before. Like, even if I can't do X, Y, or Z by the time Beach Brawl gets here, I'm still going to have come so much further than where I am now because I'm forced to work on my weaknesses. Versus if I knew I can do every single thing that's on the workout list for this competition in September, I'm not going to do shit this summer. I'm just going to be doing the same old, and I'm going to be in the exact same spot as I am right now at the end of the year. But knowing that I have such a long way to go is just going to push me so much further.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I speak from experience with how Ant pushes us in that sense because when we went to that last beach brawl, I hadn't walked further than a few feet, maybe on my hands, 2 weeks before we went. And it wasn't about me being like, oh, I'm going to go there and I'm just going to, absolutely demolish the competition. No, I went to have fun. I had the best time. And that handstand event, I was literally this close. So that means I walked almost 20 feet on my hands.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was the best part of the whole competition. It wasn't I could have cared less about anything else. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but having fun and, putting in the work that we still did, like I still PR'd so many things at the competition. And that's to me what us going to beach brawl is about. Because even now people are like, well, I can't do this or I can't do that. And it's like, it's so far away.
Yeah.
With the right training and the right coach, you can do those things by the time we get there. And it's not that you might be doing 10 unbroken chest to bar when you get there, but you'll still be able to do 10 chest
Mm-hmm.
to bar. It just might not be pretty, like
Yeah.
there's it's still going to be amazing by the time we get there. And like you said, working on your fears, whew, I think that's the best feeling in the world, to just work on it. And eventually one day it's like, oh, wait, I can finally do this. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think we also we've done, I think a good job with our clients, because I think the same thing that we had to work through and continue to have to work through about, it's about you. It's not about anyone else. It's
Mhm.
literally no one cares what you do. No one's going to remember you. So if all of your, satisfaction and sense of accomplishment is coming from external factors like what people think, how you compare, I don't want to embarrass myself, all of that, you're never going to
Mm-mm.
feel accomplished. But at least with my clients, I always turn it back to, okay, but could you do that a month ago? Or, hey, here's a video of you trying to do that thing 3 months ago. Look what you're doing right now.
Mhm.
Like just building in that sense of pride and just being proud of yourself for the work you're putting in and the progress that you make. Um, that's probably one of the biggest benefits of the coaching program, is having someone working with you that's able to show you just the proof that you're getting better, and it doesn't matter what that means to other people or how it compares to anybody else.
Well, my thing too is like, take a look at baseline week and retest week. People really get, they get nervous and they get scared when they look at the standards for these competitions or things that we're doing. Say they want to do a triathlon and they've never really done one, or, the powerlifting or anything like that. But it's like, think about how in 8 weeks, every cycle, you outperform your previous score, either by a lot of reps or even just now with the unbroken pull-ups. We tested unbroken pull-ups again for this baseline week, and people who couldn't do them 2 months ago were hitting 10, 13, 14 unbroken pull-ups. So if you can do that just by coming to class 3 or 4 days a week, think about what you can do with a coach working one-on-one, who's going to help you focus and hone in on these skills and, give you extra training sessions if you need a more one-on-one help. So if you're just doing that in class, what makes you think that you can't do something 5 months from now?
Yeah. No, it's true. And I love the scorecards because we've been doing them a while now, but it still forces people to accept the fact that they are
Getting
getting
better.
fitter and stronger. And one of my clients, after it was really cool. I wish I had got a video of him saying it, but it was in passing after the workout. I was like, you crushed that hero mile. It was Wednesday's workout. And he was like, yeah, that was tough, but that was fun. And then he stopped and he was like, I think that's the first time I've ran a mile in about 20 years. And I was like, and then he tried to walk out. I was like, hey, stop. Say that again. And he said it. And I was like, do you know how crazy that is? Not only did you just run a mile, but you did 20 push ups and 20 dumbbell snatches and
20
all of
pull-ups.
these other things. So, just showing people how capable they are. And half the time they don't even realize it.
Yeah, I mean, give a shout out to even someone in the gym recently, Kanika, who I watched her Instagram story over the weekend, and she just woke up one morning and decided she was going to go run that 404 5K and did it in 27 minutes. And the thing is, though, she was like, she came into the gym and I was like, girl, I can't believe you did that. And she was like, I know. She's like, I used to run all the time and I'd never done anything like that before. And she's like, and all I do is come to class. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go do it. And she ran it in 27 minutes.
That's amazing.
Like, that's incredible. Like, just woke up and was just like, I'm going to go run a 5K today. Like, that's crazy that our athletes just come and do things like that. And yet they don't see the progress and all the ways that they've just gotten stronger and fitter and ripped. But I mean, that's what we're here for. That's why we're here to show you how, just how much better you are getting.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to give you those, like, it's all feedback, right? And it's kind of what I talked about yesterday with like using soreness as like a feedback marker, or using how sweaty you get as a way to tell if a workout is good or not. I think it's really valuable, and it's really rare to actually have the tools to measure your progress. Not even in the gym, just in life in general as adults. Like, I mean, I've never had a traditional corporate job, but like, I just feel like that's not the culture. There's not a culture of just like giving and receiving feedback openly, and like just always being on a very honest journey of trying to get better. So I think that's really valuable for people to do 4 times a year, which is how often we do it. We've got 4 scorecards every single year.
I know. And I can't believe we just had our second baseline week of
I know.
the year. So that's 2 down.
Yeah.
I know. And that's so crazy. And it's just like, and we're only in April, and we have so many great events coming up, like we did this past weekend. Everybody came and tested and baseline either DECA Strong or DECA Atlas. And I think that was such a great tool to add that into baseline. Head coach, you did great. I just love that you did that, because it kind of took a lot of the fear and the scariness around that workout from people who were like, oh, I don't think I could have ever done that. And then they came and they smashed it. And so now they're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do it in June for Fit Fest, which is June 19th and 20th, by the way, everybody. 2 days of fitness, fun, friendship. We're going to do DECA Strong, High Rock Strong, and DECA Atlas.
We're not doing High Rocks.
Oh, we're not? Thank goodness. All right.
We'll worry about High Rocks in the fall. But Fit Fest, we're just gonna kill DECA Atlas Friday night, little Friday Night Lights situation, and then Saturday will be DECA Strong. And that's honestly kind of the next. I mean, I know we have the 5K, but that's really the next big, like, within the gym event that we have coming up, like you said, end of June. But all of my clients are using that as kind of a check-in, because my folks are either looking to do powerlifting later in the year with you, or they're doing beach brawl in September. But that DECA is going to be the perfect like midway point to test your fitness and just do something fun. So yeah, if anyone is on the fence about signing up for a big event later in the year, High Rocks Triathlon, beach brawl, powerlifting, whatever it is, I think everyone should do one of those DECA races to just check in and test their fitness. So yeah. I think we can end on that. Call to reach out to me, reach out to Caitlin. We'll talk more about what your goals are and what your training journey could look like for the rest of 2026, which that's crazy to say, but we're almost, after this training cycle, we're halfway through the year. So we need to be talking about the rest of the year, which is exciting, but it's going to go by fast.
It is. I mean, you're taking people to beach brawl. I'm taking people to the Arnold. So whatever train you're trying to hop on, you need to come get on this, because training starts now.
Yep. Yeah, I think April is going to be a good month. It's a little quieter in the gym, giving us time to figure out what our goals are, really set some goals with intention. And then pretty much May, like first week of May, I think that's May 3rd or 4th, is like the first Monday. We're hitting the ground running, and we're really taking off. So yeah, chat with us this month, reach out to us. And then that way, when May comes around, we are ready to go.
Let's freaking go. I'm ready. I'm so ready for 2026. Let's go.
All right. Thanks for joining me, Beef. I'm going to be back going live again tomorrow, 10 a.m. So I'll see you guys back here. And yeah, I'll see you in the gym.
Can't wait. Thanks, Sav.